How's it going, guys? It's Chris, and today you'll learn how simply easy it can be to carry yourself out of elo hell. This season I've been maining this brand so far, going mid whenever I could, although sometimes I'd get stuck in another position. If I couldn't get mid, I'd try to grab support, and it was still fairly easy to carry myself to victory. To start, here's the runes and masteries I run when I go brand, whether it's here's the mid runes and masteries, and then here's the support ones. Feel free to pause the video and take a look at those. What I try to do is just maximize my DPS with these so I can burst down one person or many using all of Brand's AoE or multi-target abilities that he has. Just be careful with your positioning as Brand because you don't have amazing escape or much tankiness with this or the build that I typically go. To start Brand's build, I always start as Spell Thieves. It procs for each of Brand's passive, and if you build it into Frost Queens, it'll give you a good initiation for team fights, a slight escape from its slow, and lots of gold. I highly recommend it. It's a really strong item right now, especially on brand. I'll buy a Rylai's before finishing Frost Queen if I'm doing really well that game, and if I'm doing really well, I might not even end up finishing the Spell Thieves to a Frost Queen in order to buy other items that will cause brand to have a bigger impact, such as Liandry's. Considering that stacks with Rylai's, it gives it the slow, so it procs it for tons of damage, especially with brand's passive. From there, I'll usually get a Rabadon's. It gives you tons of damage. It's pretty core on most AP carries, and that'll be my core build for the most part, along with Sorcerer Boots. The rest of my items are more so situational depending on how our team's doing versus the enemy team at that point. Zonia's sometimes really good. I see myself getting that a lot because it can survive a quick burst, whether it's from Zed or anyone really. I've had a lot of problems with Zed, so I've got Zonia's for that. Usually I try to maximize my damage though as much as I can. Zonia still gives a lot of AP. I try to stay away from other tankier items though, so I'll get something like a Luden's Echo or Void Staff. It really depends on your situation though, like an Abyssal Scepter for magic resist, Morello's for cooldown if you want to maybe get more stuns out. It really depends on your situation from that point for the build, and you're probably best off making that judgment yourself at that point after you get that core build. The most important part of Brand is utilizing his abilities correctly. If done, he can be extraordinarily powerful. I always try to save his Q for stuns unless I know I can one-shot them or need to proc Rylai's and have no other option for such as getting away or saving a teammate. His W I try to use only after hitting the target with another ability to do 25% more damage. His E I'll usually use just to set the target ablaze or hit a group of people if they're grouped up in team fights, in which case I'll usually ult or W first. For my ultimate, I typically want to save it when I need to survive for the kill or to initiate fights when it can bounce between champions with no minions around. It seems from my experience, if the ult has a chance to bounce on minions away from your target, the RNG gods will make it happen. Unfortunately, despite how good you do, some games are unwinnable, but I almost always get the most damage out to champions, and that typically causes us to win, although this year is not the case. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and this video helps. Feel free to click below to check out my Minecraft VTB Security Evolved series, the rest of the videos in this playlist as I make them, or the next how to carry as video. Take care.